Hey guys, Paul, Country Strong Outdoors. We're here at Conisty Park in Greenville, South Carolina. We're going to have a really good video today. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got Paul McDaniel with us today. We're here with a couple of our buddies, Tony Painter with the Creative Farmer, and Brandon Willingham with B&W Wildlife Pursuits. You don't want to miss this one, so stick around. Alright guys, this is Tony Painter. His business is the Creative Farmer. I've known Tony now, Lord, I don't even know how long, Tony.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I think that the first time we ever met each other was when Tony come out of his house and got in the truck to go on turkey hunt.
That's right.
First time we'd ever met. Can't beat that. I mean, you know, if you meet new people, meeting them on the hunt, that's the best way to do it.
Right.
We've been friends ever since, and I'm thinking that's probably been back in the 80s, maybe. I don't really know.
I'd say it's been about 35 years,
Yeah,
somewhere
it's been a long
now.
time. Tony and I have had a lot of memories. We've had a lot of good times. Had all kind of. If we started talking about that, we'd be here for 2 days. All the stuff that's happened.
Absolutely.
But I do remember one time, Tony, you and Colleen, your wife, came over to the house. I don't know if you remember or not, but Cassie was with you. She was playing in the car and locked herself in the car. And it took us forever to get her to mash that button and unlock that door.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Paul. I don't
You
remember.
that?
I do remember an episode where she was locked in the car, but I never would have put it
Yeah.
with her being there.
Yeah. You and Colleen came over to the house for something, and she was in the car and locked herself in the car, and we were all trying to get her to mash that button. And she was just a little bitty thing. She's grown and now, so it's kind of that's how long it's been. And Brandon, I've known you for what, I don't know, 20 years maybe?
Maybe
15,
something like that.
Yeah. I actually met Brandon through Tony, and got to know him, and he went on a couple hunts with us, and a couple bow hunts, and didn't kill anything, but got to see some deer. Had some deer come through, so we had a good time. And since then, Brandon has started out with a business making duck calls and turkey calls and that sort of thing, grunt calls, and he'll tell you all about that in a minute. And Tony started a business called the Creative Farm.
That's right.
Tony, tell us a little bit about the Creative Farm.
Well, I guess probably been close to a year ago, had some friends of mine that had a cricket for sale, and they just wanted to get rid of it, and I said, well, I'll take it and try some things. And I did. I made some decals for a hunting club, and nothing fancy whatsoever. And then my wife had a couple of the insulated tumblers that we had already had. And so I just got the idea. I said, well, I'm going to try to decorate one of those. So I bought the materials, made her first cup, and she took it to work and used it, and it turned out it was a huge hit.
Oh yeah.
People loved it. She actually had 2 cups, and I made her second one. And people love that, and that's just, it has snowballed. You know, I don't advertise, it's just word of mouth, but since I've started, I do that steady, making tumblers now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And we'll get into the process a little bit later on.
Okay.
And Brandon, you make calls. What all kind of calls do you make?
Yes, sir. I make turkey diaphragm calls. I have some deer grunts and wood duck calls I make out of river cane. I have a dove whistle. It's made out of river cane. I do have a glass friction call with a river cane striker. So that's pretty much all I have right now.
There you go. That makes it unique, though. I'm 63 years old. Don't mind admitting it that I'm that old. But I've hunted for turkeys a long time, I think you're the first person I've ever ran into that has a caul or a strike or anything made out of river cane. So I'm excited to see that stuff. That's pretty cool.
Tell me a little bit about the process that you do with making all your designs and everything.
All right. Well, first of all, I'll start out with a high quality stainless steel tumbler. I can go with a name brand, but I typically go with an off brand just to save on cost.
Right.
But first of all, I have to take that tumbler, I have to sand it down. I have to, create a kind of a rough texture, right, so my paint will adhere to it. And I'd say, well, basically every tumbler, I have to paint it the color that it's going to finish up, even no matter if it's a glitter or whatever the finish will be.
Right.
You need to be in that range of color on the tumbler. So let's just say if I was doing a red and white glitter cup, and red was on the bottom, white was on the top, I would paint the bottom of the tumbler red, paint the top white. Then I have to apply the glitter, and once I actually take glue and glue the glitter to the tumbler, then I have to spray it with adhesive and go back over it because you want it filled in, you want a nice good glitter finish. And then after that, it's a matter of 3 to 4 coats of epoxy, and I let my epoxy dry for 24 hours. You can start a cup in the morning and then come back later that afternoon and turn it, but I just try to let my epoxy dry, as good as it can. And then of course, if you want your name on it, or you want a picture, a design, whatever, I'll put that on there and then coat that again with epoxy.
Right. That's pretty interesting.
This is another example of one of the varieties of tumblers that I do, and this is my wood grain version.
How do you get the wood grain on the cup?
Well, actually, I'll start out the same with any other cup. I paint it white. I sand the tumbler, then I paint it white, and then I actually take alcohol ink. And typically, I use 3 different shades of alcohol ink. A brown, a darker brown, and then an even darker brown. And then I just literally take sometimes it's foam, some of my cups I use a brush, right, so it gives it more of a rough texture look to it. Right. And I just paint the cup, and it's a lot of trial and error. You do it and you don't like it, and the beauty of the alcohol ink is you can mess something up, but when you put more alcohol ink on it, it dissolves what you just done and you recreate. Wow. So you can recreate, and that's the cup I actually made for Country Strong Outdoors with their logo on it.
I'll tell you what, you do some good work.
Well, thank you. And then of course after that, I just coat it with epoxy, and then that's the finished product. This is another service I offer, is etching in glass. This is one that I threw together for Country Strong Outdoors with the CSO on one side, and then of course I have the nice buck on the other.
Okay guys, you need to go ahead and get a hold of Tony at the Creative Farmer and go ahead and order you a cup. Man, these things are awesome, and he can do so many different things, whether it be a picture of that big old buck you killed this season, or a big fish, or a big old turkey, or if it's just a hobby you've got. He can do anything from surfing to hiking to basketball, any kind of hobby. He can make it happen. So get in touch with Tony, the Creative Farmer, and get you a cup.
Man, these things are awesome. So if I wanted to purchase these, how would I go about getting them?
Right now I only have one way, and that's through Facebook. You can look me up at Creative Farmer LLC on Facebook, and it'll take you to my business Facebook page. I'm in the process of building a website. It will be thecreativefarmerllc.com. However, it's not running yet. I've still got to. I just have, started it. Right. So, but for right now, Facebook, Creative Farmer LLC, you can find me there.
And we'll be sure to post that website as soon as it's done. Give you all the links and everything you need to make the purchases.
Hey guys, if you need any art design work done, whether it be t-shirts, business cards, banners, stickers, whatever, you need to get in touch with Katie McGill at Guardian Arts. She does all of our design work and does a great job. Get in touch with Katie, she'll fix you right up.
So Brandon, most of your calls are made out of River King. Can you tell me about how that works?
Yeah. I originally started out making mouth calls. I was making them for myself and had a buddy say that I should start making them and selling them, so I did. Then I came to river cane. I just went to the woods, cut some cane down, and started playing with it. So there you go.
Man, that's cool right there. So Brandon, could you show us how you work these and tell us a little bit about them and everything?
Yeah, I have 5 different mouth calls. I have just a straight double reed, a V-cut, ghost cut, just a cutter type, and I also have a bat wing. My favorite is a ghost cut. It's 3 reed, and
Man, that sounds good.
all right. And next I have a glass call. It's a glass friction call with a river cane striker.
That would make one gobble.
Yeah, man, you got some awesome products.
I also have a deer grunt made out of river cane. It comes with a extendable tube. I like to run mine out for more range.
Man, that sounds good right there.
I also have a dove whistle. It's nothing but, it's just a river cane and a little piece of wood.
Sounds just like a dove.
Have a wood duck.
Man, that's an awesome call.
And also the last call is it's a river cane yelper. Little kids or something, you use it just like a wing bone call.
Paul told me your 5-year-old daughter could run these calls.
Yeah, she's always wanting to help with me. Matter of fact, she made her own mouth call last night. But she can run this glass call with the River Cane Striker. She likes messing around and playing with it, and she sounds actually pretty good too. Kinsley here is going to show you how it sounds. Good job.
Man, I wish I sounded that good. Brandon, either your calls are easy to use or your daughter's just really good at calling.
Yeah, she watches me every day and she wants to get in there with me, so I just let her play around and try to teach her.
Now, Paul tells me that she's going to try to kill her first turkey this year.
Yeah, I like to. If I can talk my wife into letting her come hunt with me, I think I got it where she could come hunt. But I have a 410. It was my grandpa's old gun, and if we can try to find a bird and get her on one, maybe she'll kill her first turkey.
Man, that'd be awesome.
And we're gonna try our best to get it on video, for sure.
Man, these are some really good calls. I really like the material that you made them with and all that stuff. They're very unique. So how do I go about purchasing these calls?
Well, I have a Facebook. It's BW Wildlife Pursuit, and I have an Instagram. And I also have a website. The website is wildlifepursuitcalls.square.site.
And we'll have this posted on the link.
Okay guys, Brandon's got some really good calls, and what makes them so unique is that they're made out of river cane. A lot of them are. And as if you watch the video, those things sounded really good. So get in touch with Brandon and get you some of these calls that made out of that river cane.
All right, these are some things that Country Strong Outdoors makes. These are for y'all. These are lanyards.
Thank you.
These are lanyards. You can put grunt call, duck calls, whatever you want on them.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem.
Oh man, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And you can
That is nice.
you can add those other two clips to it if you want. You know, if you want to add 4 calls, if you're going to use it for duck hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we mostly use those for grunt calls, but you can throw those other 2 on there and use them for duck hunting.
Oh, that is awesome.
Sounds good.
Okay. And one more thing, we got both of y'all a turkey tote.
All right, that's
Oh,
cool.
awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just put
Man, that is
both
awesome.
legs in that thing and wrap him over your back, and you ain't got to hold him.
Yeah.
And it makes toting that old turkey out a whole lot easier than with holding on to that foot.
I guarantee you, that is awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.